heard the phrase, here comes the baby, there goes the marriage. Well, this morning we are talking about an interesting concept. It's actually counseling to get ready for the arrival of a new baby and some of the changes that you can expect on your marriage and your relationship as well. And here is Julie Hanks, Director of Wasatch Family Therapy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Anytime, you know, I'll be chatting with a young couple that's expecting their first, they'll say, so what do we expect? And I think the first thing I always say is there's nothing that can prepare you for the changes, but there are some really key things that you can talk about beforehand. There are some tools, relationship tools, communication skills that you can learn that make that transition smoother after the baby comes. And talking to couples, do you find that the men or the women have a bigger wake-up call when it comes to the arrival of the first? You know, I think they both have a wake-up call, but they're different. The women, it's more of a physical wake-up call. And for the men, they feel more pushed out of the marriage relationship. And in terms of the counseling that you've already provided, what has been key in terms of maybe what they've walked away with and not anticipating beforehand what they would learn? Well, so what they can learn is how to approach each other when they are feeling upset or underappreciated, how to approach someone. We tend to criticize, but if you can say it softly, that's one particular skill that really helps couples. And socially, that's also difficult for couples to adjust to. And a lot of times, especially when couples are starting a family early off, they go from the honeymoon stage to all of a sudden they're having a baby, and now they got to divide up responsibilities, who's getting up in the middle of the night, and that can be difficult as well. And then how to adjust socially in terms of going out and spending time together. Yeah, it really changes because now you have this other totally dependent person that you love and adore, but how do you manage that? And it gets really, really tricky, and we don't prepare young couples for this transition very well. And what advice would you say to a couple that says, okay, we don't need therapy, you know, we came from large families, we know what this is all about, or at least we think we can learn as we go along? How do you encourage them that maybe this is something to explore before they have the first? Well, I think it's helpful to think of it as an educational process. You know, it's not, you know, deep psychotherapy. Mm-hmm. This is just, there are classes, great books. In fact, I brought one, and Baby Makes Three is a great book. And so it's an education process. It's not, you know, doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. It's just, what can we learn to prepare? And the research is showing that couples who prepare and go through an educational program or pre-baby counseling do better. Their marital satisfaction stays high, where people who don't do anything, 2/3, the satisfaction with your marriage goes down significantly after the baby. So let's do something about it. You don't have to suffer. Your marriage doesn't have to suffer. Right, and it's not as big of a shock. Well, right, Julie, we appreciate you stopping by. Some great information. We know more is available also on our website, KSL.com, if you'd like to get in touch with Julie and find out more about pre-baby counseling. Back to you.
Okay, thanks.